Libra's final call for April 11th and 12th. A single mistake could change everything. Welcome back to the tranquil space of Dharma Wisdom, where every soul is searching for something to pull them back from the edge they fear to face. If you're a Libra or carry the energy of balance, beauty, and quiet hesitation, take a moment to sit, pour a cup of tea, breathe deeply, and allow your inner self to truly listen. There are times when every option seems right, every path glowing with potential, and yet with a heart-seeking peace, you may find yourself lost in endless thought. Over the next 2 days, April 11th and 12th, the universe will no longer whisper. What you've avoided will be thrust into the light. The things you've stayed silent about, fearing their impact, will begin to surface. If you don't act with clarity, life will make the decision for you. Nostradamus once penned a prophecy, hidden for centuries, only to be decoded when the energies of the new age were ready to reveal it. When the scale shifts from its center, the soul will crack from within. The one who believes they're doing the right thing may unknowingly make the gravest mistake. This prophecy wasn't written for the bold, but for the gentle ones, those who are silently consumed by their own kindness. In astrology, Venus, the planet of beauty and peace, rules Libra. But in these days, Venus will challenge you by forming a tense aspect with Pluto, the planet of shadows and power. This isn't a dramatic collapse, but a quiet stillness where everything you've avoided becomes starkly clear and undeniable. Buddha once said, "The one who hesitates is not following the middle path. They are avoiding truth." If you've been hiding behind comforting words and good intentions, avoiding what you know deep down, these 2 days will bring you face to face with the consequences, not as punishment, but as the loss of something you've been too afraid to confront. If these words resonate deep within, where you've long avoided facing the truth, make a commitment to yourself and the universe. Subscribe to Dharma Wisdom, not just to follow, but to create a space for you to return to when you need to remember. I once lost my way in hesitation, and I found my path again. If this speaks to you, drop a like to connect energetically, and leave a comment, a brief but honest statement that awakens your soul. I choose clarity to protect my true peace. And if you know another Libra, or anyone caught in the web of kind decisions without truth, share this video with them. Sometimes a single message at the right time can save a soul from losing itself. Let's now dive into the heart of this moment, where small shifts can alter the course of an entire life. If you've made it this far, you're ready. The energies of April 11th to 12th and the prophecy for Libra. There are days when silence is no longer peace, but a loud echo, that everything you've kept quiet begins to ring out like bells in the dead of night. For Libra, April 11th and 12th are these very days when your sense of balance starts to look like avoidance. Your deliberations have gone on too long, and what you once called peace begins to crack. The universe will step in, doing for you what you've been too scared to do yourself. During this time, Venus, your ruling planet, will no longer feel gentle. Instead, it will form a challenging aspect with Pluto, the planet of power and the dismantling of illusions. This will force you to see things as they truly are, not as you've hoped them to be. The lines between what is real and what is false, what to hold on to and what to let go of, will blur, and the truth will emerge, whether you're ready or not. Nostradamus wrote, "When the scale loses its center, it is not because of external forces, but because the one who holds it no longer believes in what they are holding on to." The universe isn't pushing you into darkness. It simply removes what no longer serves you, leaving you with the raw truth. If you're brave enough, you can step into that truth and begin making choices that are yours and yours alone. Not to please others, not to keep up appearances. The energy of these days is all about bringing you back to yourself. No more hiding, no more delays, no more pretending that everything is okay when your inner world is falling apart. Buddha taught true peace is not found by avoiding conflict, but by speaking the truth with compassion. Libra, you are someone who can speak hard truths with grace and without harm. But that's only possible when you stop staying silent. Pay attention to your conversations over these 2 days. Who makes you uncomfortable, but you still smile? What do you want to say but rewrite 3 times before deleting? What emotions are buried while you pretend everything is fine? Be honest, not to confront, but to release karma. Libra's greatest karma doesn't come from wrong actions. It comes from the moments you didn't speak up when you should have. If you've read this far, it means you're ready to break free from the outer mask and return to your true center. And to hold on to this awakened energy, take one small but powerful action. Subscribe to Dharma Wisdom, not just to follow, but to commit to no longer staying silent when your soul is crying for expression. If you feel your heart tighten with the recognition of what you've been avoiding, drop a like as a silent admission. I understand now and comment with one brief but powerful affirmation. I choose truth even when it's hard to hear. You don't need to broadcast the truth to the world. Just be honest with yourself. And if you know another Libra caught in the cycle of silence and self-sacrifice, share this video. Sometimes a single word at the right moment can save a heart from losing its way. The mistakes Libra might make on April 11th and 12th: balance. Libra's greatest strength is also its most fragile trait. You are refined, empathetic, and attuned to others. But this sensitivity can lead you to stand still, even when your soul urges you to move in a different direction. And if you remain stuck in this mindset on April 11th and 12th, you may be teetering on the edge of a deeper mistake. The first mistake, the mistake of waiting too long. With Venus under tension from Pluto, anything unresolved will be dragged into the light. But instead of choosing, you hesitate. Instead of acting decisively, you overthink. Instead of trusting your intuition, you wait for clearer signs. And in that very moment of delay, the opportunity slips away. You might not realize the cost of hesitation until it's too late. You can feel it. The friend you meant to meet but didn't. The message you almost sent but deleted. The decision you put off with maybe tomorrow. But to the universe, tomorrow doesn't exist. There is only now or never. Nostradamus warned of those standing at crossroads, paralyzed not by unclear paths, but by the fear that the light will reveal the mask they've been hiding behind. And that light is coming. If you don't step forward, you will fall behind. Not because someone pushed you, but because you let go of a real opportunity. The second mistake, speaking words that don't align with your heart. You are eloquent and skilled at calming others, smoothing over tensions with a smile. But sometimes you use this gift to avoid the truth. In these 2 days, verbal karma will likely arise. A sentence to ease tension when you feel something else. A compliment to please when your heart feels heavy. A promise you know you won't keep. These may seem harmless, but under Pluto's energy, they create seeds of karmic weight. Buddha taught, words not rooted in truth, no matter how light, will veer the path off course. And once off course, no matter how long the journey, it no longer leads to awakening. Speak the truth, but do so with compassion. Speak for clarity, not for validation. Speak to break the illusion, not to avoid conflict. The third mistake, holding on to what no longer serves you. You crave peace and avoid conflict, but some things you're holding on to no longer bring peace. Relationships that have lost their resonance. A job that drains your spirit. Friendships that no longer nurture you. You tell yourself, just hold on a little longer. But with every moment you hold on to something that's already dead, you drain your own life force. Nostradamus warned, there are scales that appear balanced, but inside they are filled with ashes. Choosing to stay for the sake of peace is an abandonment of your true self, hidden in silence. The fourth mistake, losing yourself in the effort to please everyone. The worst thing for Libra is not conflict, but the thought of making someone unhappy. But if you keep trying to please everyone during these 2 days, you will break. The universe no longer allows you to split your energy in all directions. You'll feel drained, more sensitive, more easily hurt. That's the sign you're drifting from your inner center. If you don't return to yourself, you'll get lost in others' voices, and your own voice will fade into silence. If you're recognizing any of these mistakes in yourself, take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and remind yourself, I have the right to choose what aligns with my soul. To honor that truth, take one small step. Click subscribe to Dharma Wisdom, not just to follow, but to make a vow to yourself that you'll no longer choose silence when your soul needs to speak. Take a moment, breathe deeply. Don't ask yourself, am I sure? Instead ask, how many more times will I let the same lesson pass me by? Because if you don't make the choice, the universe will step in, and that choice may not be what your heart truly wants. If you're still unsure, let this be the start. Hit subscribe to Dharma Wisdom, not just to listen, but to create a steady foundation that will help you stay grounded when life tries to pull you back into old patterns. If you've ever delayed a decision or let emotions lead you to back away, drop a like as a symbol of your commitment. I won't remain stuck any longer. Write in the comments just one short but powerful sentence. I choose to set myself free. By making that simple choice, you're already becoming the person your past self couldn't have imagined. If you know a Libra, someone caught in a cycle of hesitation, waiting for a better moment, share this video with them. Sometimes a single reminder can give them the courage to stop waiting and start living. Buddha once said, not stepping doesn't make you wrong, but avoiding mistakes isn't truly living either. Libra, you've lived in safety for long enough. Now it's time to choose. Don't say what isn't in your heart just to keep the peace. For Libra, words are more than just communication. They are an art. You choose your words like an artist selects colors. Gentle, balanced, just enough to avoid causing harm. But because you love beauty so deeply, you sometimes smooth over the truth, leaving behind a hollow, unspoken emptiness that no one else can see. On April 11th and 12th, when Venus, your ruling planet, forms a challenging aspect with Pluto, every unsaid word and unexpressed feeling will bubble up from within, ready to burst. You may say things just to fill the silence, smile at the right moments, nod to keep things calm, but afterward you'll find yourself silent, drained, as if you've lost a piece of your soul. This is not the time to maintain appearances. It's time to protect the truth, not to hurt others, but to stop hurting yourself. Buddha said, words that aren't true when cast into the wind will return as karma heavier than silence. You don't need to harm anyone, but if you continue living with words that don't reflect your truth, you're pushing your soul further away from peace. And that peace, Libra, is what you truly seek. Maybe you're saying what's easy to hear, speaking in circles to avoid conflict. But ask yourself after every peaceful conversation, do you feel exhausted? Do you guilt trip yourself thinking, I should have said something different? Do you feel your true voice slipping away? If so, that's not gentleness, it's self-betrayal disguised as kindness. Nostradamus once wrote, he who speaks what he does not believe does not deceive others, but buries confusion deep within his own heart. For Libra, this is no different than losing your true self. You don't have to be harsh, you don't have to be rigid, but you must learn to speak the truth, even if it's just a little at a time. Instead of saying, I'm fine, when clearly you're not, say, I need space to reconnect with myself. Instead of pretending to agree to keep others happy, say, I hear you, but I feel differently. Just that small shift is enough to keep your soul honest. It's the key to preventing yourself from getting lost in roles that no longer fit. If you've ever said something just to fit in, but felt heavy inside, like you were carrying the weight of stones, today give yourself a different kind of softness. Click subscribe to Dharma Wisdom, not just to hear something new, but to hold on to a reminder. I deserve to speak my truth with compassion. If this message resonates with a forgotten part of you, drop a like as a symbol of your commitment and comment below with one powerful line. I choose truth even when it's not easy to hear. If you know another Libra, someone desperately trying to stay gentle, someone silent just to avoid conflict, share this video with them. One honest word can set both of you free, while one false word can keep you bound for lifetimes. Buddha said, truth does not harm, it liberates the one who is living against their own heart. You don't need to change who you are. You simply need to return to the one who can speak the truth with grace. Do not avoid difficult conversations. There are words unspoken that will solidify into stone in your heart. There are conversations you avoid today that will come back as karma in a different form later, when you no longer have the strength to control everything as you once did. For Libra, you treasure harmony and want everything to be smooth, graceful, without conflict. But the truth is, it's your avoidance of tough conversations that creates a silent war within yourself. On April 11th and 12th, under the influence of Venus and Pluto, all the things you've kept silent will rise to the surface. The words you never dared to say will return in unexpected forms. A cold glance, a fading relationship, a heavy feeling after every silence, and soon you'll realize you've traded true peace for an illusion of calm. Buddha said, "One who avoids an honest conversation is building a house on sinking ground. You can keep pushing through, but day by day, that delay will make your inner home collapse until you no longer know how to rebuild it." Nostradamus wrote, "He who chooses silence in the dark will have no voice when the light comes." For Libra, the most eloquent of signs, losing your true voice is the same as losing your soul. You don't need to start an argument. Just begin with one honest sentence. "Can we talk for a moment? My heart feels unsettled." Or, "I want to understand us better." A small act of courage can open the door to healing. If you keep avoiding, staying silent, pretending nothing's wrong, you're not preserving peace. You're swallowing anger, and anger swallowed becomes illness. Worse than sickness of the body is the sickness of the soul. Numb emotions, dull intuition, quiet breakdowns in relationships that matter most. Let these 2 days be a chance to clear the karma of unsaid words. You don't need to say everything. Just say what needs to be said. You don't need to be right. Just real. And if you feel that slight tremor in your heart, knowing there's something you need to say, let your first step be this. Click subscribe to Dharma Wisdom. Not to follow more content, but to make a promise. I will no longer stay silent when my heart needs to speak. If you've ever avoided a conversation for fear of upsetting someone, but ended up losing yourself, drop a like as a gentle apology to your inner self and comment with a simple but powerful line. "I'm ready to speak what must be said with kindness." If you know a Libra, someone silently enduring, hiding behind a forced smile to avoid conflict, share this video with them. One small, timely word is enough to start a conversation, not with anger, but with gentle truth. Buddha taught, "Truth spoken with mindfulness opens a door for both to step into the light." If you speak the truth during these 2 days, you won't just free yourself, you'll free the one you love. When the mind stops struggling, the world outside also quiets down. For Libra, days filled with conflict, like April 11th and 12th, don't have to be tumultuous. If you know how to return to your center, if you choose the right anchor, if you stop trying to please everyone, these 2 days can be a sacred reset, a time to realign with your inner energy that's been out of balance for too long. The universe isn't asking you to do more. It's waiting for you to live more authentically. The right actions during this time won't come from impulsiveness or trying to resolve everything at once. They come from small, consistent choices that hold immense power, like the soft morning light, like the fragrance of incense in the wind, like offering a genuine look instead of avoidance. If your heart feels tangled, don't overthink it. Just write. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And let the answer flow, unedited and raw. Let your thoughts pour out so that your mind no longer has to maintain the illusion of harmony. Writing will help release the blocked energy in your heart, the very energy that governs Libra's decision-making. Next, choose one person you've been meaning to talk to, someone you've been avoiding, someone you texted and deleted, someone you thought of but pulled back from. You don't have to say everything. Just send a short, honest message like, "I'd like to reconnect if you're open to it," or "I was silent before, but now I need to say something." That one act will pull you out of the karmic loop of hesitation and bring support from the universe. Buddha said, "You don't have to be perfect. Just be sincere." Every sincere step is a return to your true self. If you're in your own space, light an incense stick, place a mirror before you, look into your eyes and gently say, "I no longer need to pretend. I don't need to be pleasant all the time. I just need to be myself with a pure heart." Do this on the morning of April 11th or the evening of April 12th to soften the tension between Venus and Pluto and bring your energy field back to true alignment. If you want to hold on to this frequency longer, don't overlook a small act of deep connection. Click subscribe to, not just to follow more, but to create a place of rest in the chaos, a gentle space to return to, a light-filled reminder. I once let go and nothing was lost. I once spoke up and no one left me. If you feel a shift within, drop a like as a signal to the universe. I understand now. I'm ready. And comment with just one quiet line. I choose gentle truth. If you know a Libra avoiding a conversation, someone slowly draining themselves through silent compromises, share this video. No need to persuade. True light doesn't argue. It simply arrives at the right time. Peace is standing through the storm. Buddha Libra, walk forward for you. You deserve real peace and love.